So how do you even begin to pitch an idea that's worth $675 billion? Well, today that's exactly what we're going to do. We're deconstructing an investment pitch for a piece of tech that claims it can literally revolutionize science itself. We're going to look at the wild claims, the bold strategy, and, of course, the incredible numbers behind it all.
Every great pitch kicks off with a number you just can't ignore. And here it is, $675 billion. That's not a typo, that is the total market they think this technology can tap into. It's a massive figure, basically combining the worlds of research, analytics, and experimental optimization into one giant opportunity.
And hey, if that huge number didn't get your attention, this one will. The core promise here is a boost in efficiency of 1,500 to 4,000%. I mean, let's be really clear about this. That's not a small improvement. That's not a tweak. That's a complete reinvention of how science gets done.
Right? That's the question on everyone's mind. What on earth could possibly deliver on a promise that big? But you know what? Before we even get to the solution, we have to really understand the massive problem that it's designed to fix in the first place.
So what's the big pain point? Well, in the world of biotech and pharmaceuticals, there's this thing called the experimental optimization crisis. Think of it as this huge silent drain on money and time that's costing the industry billions and billions of dollars.
And this is where the numbers just get absolutely staggering. Look at this. We are talking about a single large company losing tens of billions of dollars every single year, all from experiments that fail and endless delays. Now just imagine that multiplied across the entire industry. You start to see just how massive this crisis really is.
So, why is this even happening? Well, picture it. Researchers are trying to juggle thousands of different variables all at once. They're often flying blind, with absolutely no real-time feedback on what's working and what isn't. They have to constantly guess at this trade-off between how much an experiment costs versus the quality of the results. And you guessed it, that leads directly to wasted time, wasted money, and a lot of frustration.
Okay, so now that we've laid out this enormous, expensive problem, let's get to the good part, the solution. It's a high-tech platform designed to tackle this crisis head-on. It's called the CRISPR Transcriptomics Integration Dashboard. Yeah, I know it's a mouthful, so let's just break it down. You've probably heard of CRISPR, the amazing gene editing tool. Transcriptomics is just the study of a cell's gene activity. So this dashboard brings them together. Think of it like a super intelligent co-pilot for a scientist. It lets them see right there in real time how changing any little variable will impact their experiment's outcome, its quality, and even its cost.
So how does it actually deliver the goods? It's a pretty simple three-step process, really. First, it analyzes thousands of variables in a blink of an eye. Then, it helps optimize, showing the scientists those real-time trade-offs between cost and quality. And finally, it accelerates everything, guiding them to the absolute best experimental setup right from the get-go. No more guesswork. Okay, now that we've got the problem and the solution, let's circle back to the money. How does fixing this research nightmare actually turn into that $675 billion opportunity we talked about? See, the business case here isn't just about winning in one little niche. It's about going after several massive markets all at once. We're talking about the nearly $244 billion market for research analytics, the $198 billion market for optimization platforms, and the $168 billion market for scientific dashboards. They're aiming for the whole shebang.
And this right here is one of the key claims driving that market takeover. The pitch says the dashboard can slash the costs of just optimizing an experiment by 95 to 98%. For any lab out there, that's not just an improvement, that is a total game changer.
But it's not just about saving cash. It's about saving time, which, in science, is literally everything. A 70 to 90% acceleration in the pace of discovery, that means getting life-saving drugs and treatments out into the world years faster than we can today. That's the real impact.
So, having amazing technology is one thing, but building an amazing business is something else entirely. So let's take a look at the actual strategy for turning this powerful tool into a company that completely dominates the market.
The business model itself is pretty smart and diverse. They plan to make money in three main ways. First, they'll license the platform to big companies. Second, they'll offer a dashboard-as-a-service subscription model for more flexibility. And third, they'll sell high-value intelligence and analytics that come from all the data the platform collects.
And the growth plan? Well, it's nothing short of audacious. It's a three-phase rocket ship. It starts with validating the market, then moves to aggressive penetration. And the goal for year 5 and beyond? Total market leadership, with revenue targets pushing $500 billion. It's incredibly ambitious.
But let's get real for a second. No pitch, I don't care how good it sounds, comes without risks. Any credible analysis has to look at the potential roadblocks. So, it's time for a little reality check.
Okay, here's a big one. User adoption. Are scientists, who can be pretty set in their ways, actually going to use a tool that's this complex? The plan to deal with that is to focus on making it incredibly intuitive, with a great design, tons of training, and automated guidance that basically makes the tool too useful to ignore.
So, what happens if they can pull it off? If they can manage that risk, what's the potential reward? The pitch projects a return on investment for the early backers that is just mind-blowing. We're talking 160 to 400 times their initial investment.
And really, it all boils down to this. The core idea is that this dashboard isn't just another tool. As the pitch says, it unlocks scientific research capabilities, creating sustainable, competitive advantages. It's all about giving a decisive, almost unfair edge to the labs and companies that get on board first.
So we'll leave you with this one final thought. The numbers, the market sizes, the returns, yeah, they're dizzying. But the real question is so much bigger than that. If a single tool could genuinely, fundamentally accelerate the speed of science itself, just think about that. How would that really reshape our world? What impossible problems could we finally solve? That right there is the ultimate promise hiding behind this entire pitch.